Hi, this is Dorothy with Dot Scrapbooking, and I am going to show you what I've done with the UV coated cardstock that it is available until tomorrow, March 31st, 2022. So I used my Starburst thin cut for making A2 cards, and I cut out a number of colors. All the colors that you see is the thin cut that I cut out. And so I had lots of pieces that I organized in sandwich bags. Every sandwich bag got its own color. And then I cut some black thin cuts out because I decided that the black would kind of make the colors stand out a little bit more than the yellow did on the card that I made. And so I'm just going to show you uh, that I'm gluing the Starburst itself, or Sunburst, whatever you want to call it. And the one thing I did use was our stamp for Operation Smile. And it has all these wonderful sayings about smiles. And so it's perfect for a rainbow card that you want to send to somebody who, has been having a tough time or hasn't been feeling well, is recovering. So it's sort of like a even better than a get well card because it's all about smiling. And laughter is the best medicine, and smiling is right next to that. And so I've kind of sorted the color pieces and their place on our little puzzle here. And so I'm kind of putting them generally in the rainbow pattern. Not totally, but close. So I've got the kind of two orangey color cards. One I think is nectarine. The other one is probably maybe Sundance. And the yellow is lemonade. So it's a really bright yellow. Very clear, clear yellow. And then we've got our green. That's, I don't know if it's clover. And then we've got like a bluebird or a Carolina blue, just a really bright blue. And then there is our purple color, and then we start again with the red. So it makes a real colorful card, and I love the fact that the UV coating makes it shiny. And this was a special order, so this is exclusive to right now. And so if you like this, then you want to put an order in because, like I said, its availability is until tomorrow. And you can just cut a light color to fit the smile saying. I used a punch and made kind of a scallop circle that was perfect to go there. So you make my heart smile, see? And I really like the way the black just really makes the colors pop. I like the yellow too, but I really liked the black. So now what I'm going to do is take the same colors and a few more, and I'm going to make a scrapbook layout. And so we've got Lagoon, and I added Lagoon, and these are the sizes that I'm using. So I cut these rectangles of the colored cardstock that is 3 inches by 9.5, and then I put them diagonal onto my Fiskars paper cardboard cardstock cutter and cut them diagonally from corner to corner. So that's how I got the wedges. And so now I'm just doing a centering. So we've got, it's about 11 by, gosh, what was it, 7? So we've got, I'm going to make a mark in the very center at the bottom because all of the points are going to go to the bottom. That's how I want my sunburst to look. Now I guess what you could do is put them in the center and go all around there, but I'm going from the bottom there. And so I'm just adding my Tombow. And, once these little triangles are cut, which was super easy, so now I'm just lining up the colors the way I want them on here. So I know I'm at the center, so the pieces should be, fairly equal. Well, they're not in length because the length gets longer. Never mind, we're talking math here. So anyway, I'm just going to point all the corners, the very pointy ends, to the very center of the bottom of the cardstock. And this cardstock, it's not even white. It's a piece of scrap linen I think I had. It's getting completely covered up, so it doesn't really matter what color you've got. So you can use whatever piece of scrap that you have that's like 7 by 11 and a quarter or so to trim it down. So I'm kind of doing the usual Ridgy Biv color display of the rainbow. And I'm shedding. So I've got the yellowish green, and then I've got that nice dark, maybe a clover green or a green apple. And then we've got the mint. So we're going to a lighter, kind of a lighter greenish, but it's pulling in, starting to pull in the blue. And then I'm going to put my lagoon next. Now you can put these colors any way you want them. You don't have to be, you know, totally rainbow like I'm trying to be. So we've got our purple here. And then I realize I've got a little piece left over. So it's like, uh-oh, what am I going to do about that? So I'm going to go get another piece. I'm going to go cut a little tiny piece. But look how pretty that is. I mean, so what I do at this point is I cut off all the extra. And you can see that I've made my rectangles too long. So you could cut them down to probably, instead of whatever they were, 11, 9, you could probably cut them down to 7-inch length pieces. Anyway, shorter than what I've got here. Don't want to make it too much shorter, because see, that lagoon came out right to the edge. So there's all of our scraps. And here's our, I love that. I love the way it looks. So this is going to go on a piece of black that is only going to show about 1/8 of an inch, just enough to make it just stick out a little tiny bit. And so I cut a piece of the pink because that goes, it's real pretty with that purple. And so I went ahead and cut a piece of the pink, even though that doesn't kind of follow the rainbow thing, but that's okay. It's totally okay. So, and then I trim it off. And I just love the fact that it's shiny, because it seems to make the colors even more vibrant. And so I'm going to put Tombow going all the way across and add it onto my black here. And like I said, there's only like about 1/8 of an inch showing, and that's all I wanted to show. Just enough to kind of finish all the edges off and just kind of make them really stick out nicely, pop. And then you can just rub any excess glue that's off. It just kind of rolls up and you can take it off easily. The yellow lemonade, way too bright for that, in my taste. Now I do like the kind of mint look. There's mint. So I'm going to go, and what I found that I really like is, this is Glacier, and I'm going to use the light side of Glacier. And I'm going to cut a 1/2 inch off on either side, on both sides. So we end up having a piece that's 11.5 by 11.5. And so our black piece there is going to be, so there's about 1/4 of an inch showing all around. So that's like, the black piece is about 11, and then I'm putting everything on top of a 12 by 12 black. Run out of a lot of Tombow. I'm just changing. we go? Well, so I like this layered look. So we've got 1, 2, 3, we've got 4 layers going on here. So the next thing I need is I'm going to put a 4x6 picture here. And I kind of have one in mind. It was a picture that we took when we were visiting Colorado Springs, and we were going to, I want to cut a little bit, 1/4 of an inch off of both sides of that, because just a little bit too much black is showing. Anyway, it was this beautiful hotel that was somebody's house. Begins with a B, but I can't remember the name of it. Anyway, when we were leaving that beautiful area, it had been raining, and there was a beautiful double rainbow that just kind of arced over the tree-lined drive that we were leaving. It was just beautiful. So I have to find that picture and put it there, because I think it's be just absolutely perfect. Then I went into my stash. You know, when I make either cricket shapes or thin cut shapes, I always cut a bunch of extra out, and then I kind of stick them in a drawer in little boxes. And so I decided, well, you know, you can't have a rainbow without rain, and you can't have rain without clouds. So I needed to have some clouds on my layout. And so I pulled some medium-sized clouds and a small cloud. Now the small cloud's going to go up there so I can put the date on it. Be perfect for the date. And then I'm taking these clouds and I'm going to make some journaling. I'm going to make it, that's going to be my journaling. And so I'm just going to put some little 1/4 inch lines on here, like every 1/4 inch, and I'm going to take my jotting pen and just draw some lines. And, you know, I don't get too many on here. That's why I'm using 2 clouds. So I'm just using the next line as a guide for the line going up. Simple, simple, simple and easy. So we've got, you know, just a little bit of journaling. And I mean, you could add sparkles or whatever else you wanted to a layout like this. But I haven't done this layout in years, and I actually had to go, and I couldn't find my instructions on how to do the starburst. And so I had to go look up my video the last time I did this, which was a number of years ago. So I'm popping up my little clouds, my little journaling clouds. So one is going to be popped up higher than the other. So I'm going to use these little thin pop-up dots and put those, kind of snug it under the bottom cloud that was popped up more. So just like that. And I like the addition of the clouds. So there we go. There's my layout with my rainbow and my ultraviolet. Ultraviolet coated. And here are my cards. And so that was fun to do. I love the colors and I like my layout. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Ring the bell. Bye. Hi, I'm Dorothy Smith. Thanks for watching my video, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel and learn along with me. Thanks. Bye-bye.